What if I told you that something you take almost every single day just to feel normal again might be the very thing keeping your body stuck? Pause. Think about that. That small pill. The one you reach for first thing in the morning, before you even fully wake up, before you even think. It feels like help. Pause. But what if it's only temporary relief? And what if, every time you rely on it, your body learns not to respond on its own? Now I know that sounds uncomfortable, because when something works, even a little, you trust it, you repeat it, and over time, it becomes automatic. Morning comes, you take it, you move on. But here's the question most people never ask. What happens when that relief fades? Pause. And why? Does it keep coming back? I've seen people who couldn't walk upstairs without stopping. People who avoided movement, not because they didn't want to, but because every step felt heavy. And almost all of them had one thing in common. They were relying on something that worked quickly, but never actually supported their body. Now here's where things change. Pause. Because what I'm about to share is completely different. Not something that forces your body, but something that supports it. Something simple, something natural, and something most people completely overlook. If you stay with me until the end, I'll show you why this works in a way most people don't expect. Pause. How to use it correctly, because this is where most people get it wrong, and how something this simple can start changing how your body feels day by day. But first, there's something you need to understand, because without this, none of it will make sense. When you take something for discomfort, it reduces the signal. It tells your body, lower the response. And yes, you feel better, but your body is not reacting randomly. That signal exists for a reason. And when you lower it again and again and again, your body adapts. It stops responding the same way. Not because something is wrong, but because it adjusted. And this is where the cycle begins. You need it more often, then a little more. Then it becomes part of your normal day. And at some point, you stop asking, do I need this? You start asking, how do I function without it? Pause. That's when everything shifts. Because now, your body's not leading anymore. The habit is. So what if, instead of forcing your body to quiet down, you supported it in a way that helps it reset? What if the goal was not to block the signal, but to change the environment that creates it? Because your body is not working against you. It's responding to what you give it. And when you change that, even slightly, everything begins to change. Now, let's talk about something most people overlook. Something simple, something that's been around for a long time, but rarely used the right way. Pause. It's olive oil. But not the way you think, because most people hear that and immediately lose interest. It's just oil. I already use it, and that's exactly why they miss it. Because the real value is hidden. There's a natural compound that forms when olives are prepared the right way. And this compound interacts with your body in a very specific way. Not by forcing a reaction, but by supporting how your body regulates itself. And here's the interesting part. It works on the same pathways that many people rely on every single day. But instead of shutting things down, it helps bring things back into balance. Pause. And that difference matters. Now think about this. When something works fast, it usually fades fast too. And that's why people repeat the cycle. Relief, pause, then it returns, again and again and again. But when something works gradually, it builds. It becomes part of how your body functions. And over time, you stop chasing relief and start feeling stability. That's what people notice first. Not a dramatic change, a subtle shift. Less tension. Movement feels easier. Your body feels lighter. And then something interesting happens. You stop thinking about it as much. Because your body doesn't demand attention the same way anymore. Pause. That's when you know something is actually working. I remember someone telling me, for years, every morning started the same way. Wake up. Pause. Check how their body felt. And then decide what they needed just to get through the day. And over time, that became normal until they tried something different. Not extreme, not complicated, just consistent. And after a couple of weeks, they noticed something unusual. They weren't reaching for the same solution anymore. Not because they forced themselves, but because they didn't feel the same need. Pause. That's a different kind of change. Now let's talk about what's happening underneath. Your body is constantly balancing signals, adjusting, responding. And when that balance is supported, everything begins to feel different. Movement becomes smoother. Your body feels more responsive. And that constant background tension starts to fade. Not because it's blocked, but because it's no longer being triggered the same way. Now here's something very important. This doesn't happen by doing it once or twice. Your body responds to patterns, not random actions. Consistency is what creates the shift. And this is where most people get it wrong. They try something once, don't feel a dramatic change, and assume it doesn't work. But that's not how this works. This builds, day by day, layer by layer, until one day, you notice something feels different, and you can't even pinpoint exactly when it started. Pause, now, before you try anything. There's something you need to get right, because this is where most people lose the result. And if you miss this part, you won't feel what you're supposed to feel. So let me show you exactly how to use it the right way. So let's make this simple. If you want to feel the difference, you don't need something complicated. You need something consistent. Start small. 1 tablespoon. Morning. Before anything else. Before coffee. Before food. Let your body receive it. Don't rush. Pause. Now here's something important. Quality matters, because not everything that looks the same works the same. You want something fresh, something that still has that slight intensity at the back of your throat. That's how you know it still has what your body needs. Then, throughout the day, just use it naturally. With your meals. Nothing extreme. Just part of your routine. And at night, there's one more step. This part surprises a lot of people. You can apply it directly. Take a small amount, warm it in your hands, and gently massage the area where you feel the most tension. No pressure, just slow movement. This helps your body relax. And it delivers support right where you need it, especially before sleep, because your body does a lot of its work while you rest. Pause. Now let's talk about mistakes, because this is where most people lose the result. First mistake, expecting something instant. And when it doesn't happen, they stop. But this builds. Second mistake, using too much too quickly. Start small. Let your body adjust. Third mistake, inconsistency. Doing it once, then forgetting about it. Your body responds to patterns, not random actions. Pause. Now here's what you can expect. At first, maybe not much, and that's okay. Then, a small shift. Less stiffness. Movement feels easier. Then over time, you stop focusing on it, because your body feels more stable. And that's the real change. Not chasing relief, but feeling more comfortable in your own body. Pause. Here's what I want you to do. Try it. Not for a day, not for a couple of days. Give it time. Stay consistent. And pay attention. Not just to big changes, but to small ones. Because that's where real progress begins. And when you notice that shift, come back and tell me what you felt. Because your experience might be exactly what someone else needs to hear. If this helped you, consider subscribing. Because here, we focus on simple things that actually make a difference. And one last thing. Your body is not working against you. It's responding to what you give it every day. So the real question is, what are you giving it? Pause. Take care of yourself. And I'll see you in the next video.